Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to do a part 2 on evaluating products for your Amazon FBA business. In our last video, we talked all about just finding an initial product idea to start off with. And now I'm going to show you how you can see whether or not it's going to be viable using Helium 10. I do have a discount code for Helium 10 if you want to follow along with everything I'm doing in this video. And with that being said, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already, and let's jump right in. We are back inside of my computer on Helium 10 using Blackbox, and we're gonna just pick up right where we left off. So we were looking at this product right here, which is a dog harness, and we can go ahead and open it directly from this image here, or we can just go directly to Amazon's website. Now, for this next step, what you're going to need is to have Helium 10 as a Google Chrome extension. So you're going to have to use Google Chrome in order to utilize this tool here. I simply downloaded it and added it to my toolbar, so you can pin it right to the top so you can get to it easily. And you will need that to be able to do everything that I'm doing in this video. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop this open on Amazon by clicking on that arrow right there. And what that's going to do is just bring up the listing for me to be able to view it. And exactly as I predicted in our last video, they are almost out of stock. It says only one left in stock, order soon. So that's why the numbers look the way that they did in that last video. But when we go ahead and open up the listing directly on Amazon, we can see a product summary for this specific product. What we can see is some of the information for where it falls in terms of the numbers for the categories. We can also see the 30-day revenue, which is very low because they are out of stock. It looks like either this product has been around for a while, possibly they're not promoting it anymore, so the numbers are going to look a little bit low for this one, but that's okay because we are just demonstrating. Now, the current rating for this specific listing is a 4.4. The listing health score is the way that Helium 10 grades whether or not the listing is optimized. This is not doing so great, 6.5 out of 10. We can see the top keywords. It doesn't look like there are any that are generating, and then the marketplaces that they're selling on. So instead of looking at this specific listing, what we can do is type in step in pet harness or step in dog harness or just dog harness. We can do many different variations. So what we will go ahead and do right here is let's go ahead and just type in dog harness. And then we can see that Amazon is generating these keywords that we might want to move forward with. Dog harness for small size dog harness for large dogs, dog harness medium sized dog. I mean, there are a bunch of different variations of this keyword. But what we can do is just go ahead and just say dog harness. That is the most generic version that we can get. And what we're going to be able to do is see all of the different items that pop up for dog harness. Now, what is important to remember here is that the way that Amazon decides who they show first and who they show at the top is going to be whoever is selling the most items. So the first one that you see is going to be the fastest selling item, okay? I know that you can all see as well here, there is a page summary for dog harness, and it's blurred out. All you have to do is click on show full summary, and then everything that is blurred out will appear. So now we see a whole bunch of data points, and I know that this is going to seem a bit overwhelming. Don't worry about it. It's just meant to give you as much information as possible, and reading these data points will become easier as time goes on. So really quickly, I'll just walk through what you're looking at, which is that for dog harness, the keyword search volume is 243,044. That means that over the course of a month, there are 243,000 searches for dog harness. This is a very, very, very popular product. And what you can do is use this tool here, which I love. You can click on the graph, and then you can see how the keywords or the number of searches have changed over a specific period of time. So over the last 30 days, the last 90 days, the last year, 3 years, 5 years. So what I'm going to do is just click on 1 year so I can get a bigger view of how this keyword has trended over time. Now, from a year back, 217,000, we can see that it spikes here in July of 2025. It looks like it spiked here in October, and then we can just see how it has moved over time. The reason that we want to look at this is to make sure that the searches are sustainable over time. We don't want to end up selling a product where the searches are not able to be stabilized over a specific period of time. And if we only look at 30 days, that's a very, very small view. We don't know what's going on here within 30 days. It's almost too close of a snapshot. So we pull back and look further away. So we can look at 90 days. That gives us a little bit more to look at. So we can start understanding the trend. We pull back even further to 1 year. Now we can kind of see what's going on. We pull back even further to 3 years. Now we have more to be able to see whether or not this is a product that is stable enough for us to move forward with. 5 years, even further back. And actually, when we look at the 5-year time span, we can see that the searches have actually decreased over a 5-year period, which is not a bad thing. There's still definitely a lot of demand for this product, but overall, compared to 2021, it has definitely gone down. So it's just more information for us to be able to make a decision based off of. We'll close that out. We'll go back here, 30-day revenue, how much money has been made by all of these products that are on the very first page is $8,341,445.92. There's a lot of money moving in this keyword for a dog harness. There's a lot of money coming in. The average per seller on the first page is $320,000 and $320,824.84 on average per seller. So a lot of money being made here. The 30-day units sold is 423,000. The average per seller is 16,000 units in a month. That's a lot. As we keep on going here, we can see the average BSR. BSR stands for best sellers rank, how quickly the product is selling, is 4,674, and that is actually indicative of a very fast selling product. So this product is moving quickly, and that makes sense because there's a lot of money being made. So it's selling quickly, therefore the revenue is high. The average price is $21.05. Minimum, so the cheapest one you can get is $9.46. The most expensive one is $59.99. The midpoint though is $21.05. The average rating is a 4.5. The worst rated dog harness on this first page is a 4.1. The best rated is 4.7. There's much more information here. You can see the market share that these different listings have. So this top selling one here, you can see where it falls on this pie chart. So it's just a lot for you to be able to kind of evaluate the product with. And then you can also see the seller breakdown. So 35% is unknown of where the seller is from. 27% of the sellers of these dog harnesses are from the USA, and then 38% are from China. You can also see the size tier. The majority of these dog harnesses fall within the large standard size. There's a small portion that are small standard. So that is just the sizing tier. And then last but not least, we can see fulfillment. So you can understand here who is doing the deliveries of these dog harnesses. The vast majority are fulfilled by Amazon, so FBA, which is 81%. The one that says AMZ means that Amazon themselves are selling it for themselves as the brand, and that's 15%. And then not applicable is the smallest portion. So the vast majority are done through FBA or fulfillment by Amazon, which is the method that we are going to be using. So that's actually a green flag, very good sign. And so now we can just scroll down, and when you have this Helium 10 Google Chrome extension tool, you're going to get all of this information pre-populated into your search page. So it's just gonna look a lot different when you are doing your product research as a seller versus if you were just shopping on the platform. If you were shopping on Amazon, you're not gonna see how the product is ranked, how many variations there are, how many sellers there are, who does the fulfillment. You as a customer, you don't care about that at all, but you as the seller, you care about that a lot. So you're gonna be able to see all of that information at a glance. And then what you're going to want to do is just kind of skim through and see the different options for these products. Like, what are the existing sellers doing? How are they positioning the product? How are they displaying the product? We can see that some of them are just the harnesses by themselves. You've got some photos where there is a dog in the photo, almost as a model for the item that is being sold. So you'd want to think about how you're going to display it to make sure that you're making the product as appealing as possible for the potential customer. And it's very important here for me to mention that the customer is not always the consumer. The customer of these products would be the pet owner, the person who is purchasing this for their dog. That's the customer. But the consumer is going to be the dog. The dog is the one who's actually wearing the harness. So sometimes it's not the same thing. It would be similar if it were a parent buying a toy for their child. The parent is the customer, the consumer is the child who will be playing with the toy. So that sometimes can help you think about what is important to include in your images and in your listing overall. Because if you are trying to appeal to a parent, you want to talk about safety. You want to talk about the educational components of the product. If it's for a pet owner, you want to talk about the way it will keep the dog secure and it will be comfortable for them and it's stylish and it's has all of these different features. You're appealing to the customer and as well trying to create a high quality product for the consumer, so who's going to actually be using it. And keep in mind the subtleties and the ways that they are showcasing these products in certain listings. For example, this one here, Bavel Paw Heavy Duty Tactical Dog Harness. So this is meant to be extremely functional for a specific type of person or a specific dog. When it says tactical, that makes me think that this is for training, for maybe some kind of a protection, maybe, I don't know, for wilderness or something. I'm not super familiar. I'm not a dog person, but this definitely seems like it's for a specific type of person, right? And let's compare that to this one over here, Voyager. It's pink, it's cutesy. They're not trying to do too much. They're not putting tactical in the title of this item because that's not the point. This is not meant to appeal to the same person that this would appeal to. So your main image is actually extremely, extremely important when it comes to ensuring that your product gets the amount of clicks that it needs to get the right amount of eyes and traffic. That's not going to happen if you're not showcasing the product in a way that's going to be visually appealing. It's important that the product works well, absolutely, but you also need to be able to show that to the customer at a quick glance. Because keep in mind, we are looking at this through the eyes of a seller, but through the eyes of a customer, I am not going to spend a lot of time looking here. I'm going to type in dog harness into Amazon and I'm going to skim very, very quickly for what it is I think looks the best. So if I have a cute, adorable little dog and I'm a girly girl, this pink one is probably going to appeal to me right off of the bat. If I'm a masculine man, maybe this one appeals to me because it looks a lot more manly. I mean, I don't know. We all have our preferences and we're going to have different priorities in mind when we are selling our product. So now we have seen that dog harness is a product that we might want to look at, and we're going to go ahead and take it a step further. So now that we've seen how to look at these products on Amazon's platform using the information that's generated for us by Helium 10, we're going to take a pause right here. And in part 3, I'm going to show you how to use another tool that is going to blow your mind even further. I know you feel like you have a lot of information and a lot to work with, but there's even more that you'll be able to use in order to justify whether or not you should move forward with a product. So come back for part 3 and I'm going to get into using a tool called Xray. It's as cool as it sounds. And if you just can't wait for the next video, I have a free training where I talk all about Amazon FBA and how to get started as a beginner. So feel free to go ahead and join that training and I will see you in the next video. Bye.